Good morning. This is the Jersey Hermit with another retro video game stream, and today, as the baseball season, for most teams, the baseball season starts on Thursday. We're going to be playing Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball today. So, flashback to 1994 for the Super Nintendo. Good morning, Alpha Zero. How you doing this morning? Let's open the game. Now, normally I start from a fresh game, but today is a little bit different because this game was interesting. I'm just going to let it run in track mode for a bit. So it had a Major League Baseball license, but it didn't have a Players Association license. So when you had the game, you had the real teams, but you didn't have the real play. You had stand-ins for players. They were renamed. But you could rename them. And I have here all the players named as they should be. So that's always a good thing. So, there's that. Also, since my plans for this stream is I'm going to be doing a World Series stream, so we're going to play a 7-game World Series. We're going to recreate the 1993 World Series, which was the Toronto Blue Jays breaking my heart as a Phillies fan. I can still see Joe Carter hitting that home run to win the World Series. But hopefully we can. And it alternates. It randomly determines who's home in that series. And I wanted to make sure that Toronto was home. As a Toronto boy, they did us proud. Fair enough. I can appreciate that. So when you got the game, there was only one player that was actually named correctly, and that was Ken Griffey Jr. After all, he was the game. Let's see, are they going to put another? Yeah, they are. Okay. Now, the other thing to note is because of the age of this game, the league is a lot different now. For one, only there's 30 teams now, not 28. The Diamondbacks and the Rays were not in existence back then. In fact, this year was the first 93, which is what this is based on. I have the World Series baseballs from both 92 and 93 sitting on my desk. Gee, I know who you're rooting for on this one then. Okay. So, yeah, there's that. When it comes to the stadiums involved, the 28 stadiums they show, only 10 of them are still in use by Major League Baseball. Everything else has been replaced. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, the other thing, because of the age of this game. A couple years ago, they changed the rules in 2020, I believe, that they allowed the designated hitter for all games. Well, not in this game. In this game, if a National League team is home, the pitcher has to bat. If an American League team is home, then there's a DH. Is what it is. I personally prefer the National League game myself. I was not so thrilled to see the designated hitter go all the way through because I'm a firm believer that baseball is a game between two teams of 9 players apiece, and that's actually 10. So that's where we go on that. So I've already got the World Series set up. There we are. Starting at the Sky Dome. Now, I can go into options and work with that. It'll show you the schedule. Now, they put it on the early days because that's what they do. Have no fear, Santa's here. Hello, Santa. How you doing today? So we have game set there. Hopefully we don't need them all, but we'll see how that works out. Let's see. I'm going to go into the bullpen first. Curt Schilling is going to start the first game, right? Yeah, we're going to start Curt Schilling. Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, the Phillies had a very good starting rotation that year with Kurt Schilling, Terry Mulholland, Tommy Green, Danny Jackson. Danny Jackson, who, if I remember correctly, was a star on Santa. He was on the '87 Cardinals, yeah, I think. And then Ben Rivera, who he was okay. I'm not sure. And then for a bullpen, I've got David West, Don Paul, Larry Anderson, Mitch Williams. Mitch Williams used to give my mother agita. Sorry, coworker. Who was it? Danny Jackson. I thought 87 cards. I think, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to have to deal with Guzman and Henkin and Stewart and Stottlemyre. Yeah, they've got. It's going to be low-scoring games most likely. Let's see. And then lineup-wise, so I'm going to note. Wait a minute. I'm going to note that my opponent, the Blue Jays, starting a righty. Okay. So we're going to do what the Phillies used to do back then. They basically had a platoon system in at second base that Mickey Morandini would go against righties, and Mariano Duncan would go against lefties. So we'll go with that. So Dykstra, Morandini, John Kruk, Darren Dalton, Dave Hollins. That's right, DH game. So Incaviglia is definitely going to be 95 to 97. Was traded to the Padres in 97. Okay. Why I thought Danny Jackson was with the Cards in the 80s, I don't know. Let's see. West Chamber. I want my better offensive guys in because, offense being a premium. I like Eisenreich over Chamberlain. Actually, I'm gonna put Milt Thompson in, and then Kevin Stocker, and we'll go with that. Save that because we're gonna need it later. And here I have setting again. I can't change that. Can't choose to play and manage. I can turn auto fielding on, but I'm not going to turn auto fielding on. But I am going to turn the music off for a second. Okay, and I will put it back on before the game. But before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I'd ask everyone watching to please stand if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove any headgear as we honor both Canada and the United States and all those who defend our freedoms at home and abroad, with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by the singing of O Canada. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Okay. No. Hold on. That should do it. Now we can play. Okay. Good morning, Tad. How you doing today? There we go. All right. So now that you know I can sing, sort of, let's get this game underway.
Play ball.
Now, all right, let's go. Lenny Dykstra leads the game off. Hits it to center. Doing well, doing very well over here. Enjoying a day off. It's been hectic at work. So, I was so bad at this game when I was a kid. I was decent. Get there. I feel like we need to clip Jersey Does the National Anthem. Yeah, but you need 2 clips for that, don't you? Okay, well, we got John Kruk on.
Save.
Madden has always been playing. Hello, Meme and Demon. How you doing this morning?
Here I.
All right, Guzman. Well, that was an unproductive inning. All right, Schilling, what we got? Ricky Henderson to lead off. I love these baseball games growing up. Hockey, too, was always trying to beat our competitive father. Up comes Devin White, fouls the first pitch off. All right, Robbie Alomar. I throw a lot of off-speed junk, just the way I am. And hits it to Dykstra to end the inning. The day I beat my dad at Mortal Kombat, I think I still have literally break this up. Hello, Pork
It's
Roll.
Pork Roll just ordered a pizza.
Hollins does nothing.
It's Pork Roll has joined us from Bullet Fan.
Now, I'm going to note that it only keeps this track of user-player teams in terms of statistics. So it shows the season stats for the Blue Jays, but my stats for the Phils. Alamore used to be the O's second baseman. He was a great ball player. Gold Glover, 300. Yes, he was. Come on. And 1-2-3 inning for the Phils. We go bottom 2, still scoreless. There's Joe Carter. Like I said, Joe Carter sometimes lives rent-free in my head. I remember his brother Sandy was a great catcher. Yes, he was. John Olerud, he of the batting helmet, even out on the field. Paul Molitor. And that brings up Ed Sprague. Stocker makes the catch, and we're out of the second inning. Milt Thompson to bat in the top of the third. Guzman winds, drops it right down the middle for strike one. Fouled it off, and I think Borders is going to make the catch there. Kevin Stocker to bat. Kevin Stocker actually came up midway through 93 and was a rookie starting at shortstop for the Phils. And now, and recently, he's been part of the broadcast team on the radio. Dykstra back up. Dykstra lines it to center field for a base hit. Brings up Morandini. Just barely foul. Not quite quick enough. Okay. Pat Borders to lead off for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the third. And he gets an infield single. Brings up Fernandez. Who lines it to Morandini. Brings up Ricky Henderson. Why did I throw it to first? Thought I could get him. That's okay. Henderson's kind of stuck. That's not going out. That is going out. Yeah, we're going to have to make that up. And all of a sudden, the Jays are up 3-0. Brings up Carter. And Carter homers. This is not good. This is not good. We got to make this back up. All right. They put up a 4 spot in the third inning. Let's go. See, we can hit home runs too. I'd love to see Mickey Morandini actually hit a 500-foot home run. But Kruk follows it up with a hit. He's now on the TV broadcast team for the Phils. Brings up Dutch Dalton. Makes it first and second, but nobody out for Dave Hollins. Who pops it out to Borders? Pete Incaviglia up. Sends it down the right field line. It's a 4-2 ball game. Brings up Eisenreich. Yeah, I wouldn't have made it. Wouldn't have made it. We're taking an ad break at the end of this half inning. And out at third. We'll leave it there. We're going to take our ad break. See you in 60 seconds. Alright, we're back. This game is brought to you by Old Spice. Old Spice means quality, said the captain to the bosun. So look for the package with the ship that sails the ocean. Alright, Paul Molitor bat in the bottom of the fourth.
Here I. Oh. Come on.
Let's see if we can... Come on.
Oh, come on!
They swing at anything, it seems.
Here I.
Schilling settling in after that four-inning debacle in the four-run debacle in the third inning.
He's out.
And he gets a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the fourth. Kevin Stocker up to lead off at the top of the fifth. See, I had to practice the anthem today because I've got a lacrosse game in a couple weeks. And we have a team coming from Canada, and I wanted to make sure that I could sing the Canadian national anthem. Lenny Dykstra up.
Here I.
Puts it into right for a base hit.
Here I. He's out.
Ah! Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back.
Save. Here I.
Yeah, we're going to throw a fastball this time. They usually throw a fastball on the second pitch of every at-bat.
He's out.
So I kind of use that to my advantage. Didn't help me any there. That's off the wall. And I threw to third when I wasn't going to get him at second anyways. Ricky Henderson. Yeah, he's going to get in, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Ricky's not going to be able to do anything to me. Devin White, on the other hand, we need to make sure doesn't do anything.
Here I. He's out. Oh, come on!
Yeah, I love how it yells that.
Here I.
Notice Robbie Alomar chewing bubble gum.
He's out. Save.
Ah, well, we got one. We got one. We'll take that. Joe Carter again.
Oh. Oh. Save. Save.
Ah, should have just thrown it to first. And then Olerud with a 3-run home run. We'll throw David West in there. 'Cause obviously, we're having trouble today. We're going to fight back on this.
He's out.
If anything, it's only one game. All right, let's see what we can do. He's going to get in. Yeah, for a leadoff double for Darren Dalton. Dave Holland's up.
Here I. Save. Come on.
Just barely foul there.
He's out. He's
Crap.
out.
Thought it would fall in.
Come
There we go. Got one back. Pete Incaviglia. With a 507. And Eisenreich. Yeah, would have been another run, but let's go. 8-3. David West in to pitch. Get those rally caps on, and let's not give home runs up like that. All right.
He's out.
So let's see. That's gonna. I can get to that. I can get to that. I can get to that.
He's out.
All right. Devin White up.
He right.
Can't get to that one, but that's okay. Robbie Alomar up.
Save. Oh. Oh.
Get the easy out. It's 9-3. We go to the 7th. You notice, by the way, each of them have their own. Each batter has their own
He's out.
motions when they're batting. Like Stocker chewing the bubble gum here.
Foul. Out.
And then you have Lenny Dykstra. Yeah, he's chewing as well, but that ain't bubble gum.
He's out.
Because I mean, there's a reason that Andy Van Slyke, who used to play for the Pirates, referred to center field at Veteran Stadium as a toxic waste dump. Hit it just over the fence. We're bringing in Don Paul. And it's gone. Yes, it is. Just under the.
He
I
right.
want to say there's a hotel in the. I want to say there's a hotel in center field at the Sky Dome. I could be wrong. Yeah, this game is getting out of hand. That's okay. The good thing is it only counts as one. Bases loaded, and yeah, make that 11.
He's out. Save.
Okay, that was a liner. We'll take that. Out of hand. I'm loving it. Fair enough.
Save.
Get a second out.
Save. He's
And for out of the inning, finally. They put up another 3 spot.
foul.
Out of hand for you, maybe I'm loving it. Fair enough. Like I said,
Foul.
it's one game. Got to win 4.
He's out. He right.
A little bit slow.
Foul.
Guzman's starting to tire.
He's out. Oh, come on!
I never understood why it will give that reaction on a swinging strike three. I mean, it's not like it's Angel Hernandez back there calling balls and strikes.
Ow. Ow.
Of course, I'm trying to think, was Angel Hernandez in the league at this point? I don't think so. Because there's no way I could see them letting a bad ump go for 30 years. Oh, wait a minute. Joe West was in the league. Never mind. Top of the ninth, Dave Hollins starts things off with a single. I have to think that Guzman's got to be coming out soon.
He's out. He's out.
The hit and run don't work. And that's going to be the game.
He's out.
Phillies rock 12-3, and it gives the box score here. Gave up 5 home runs. My goodness. All right. Well, that's okay. Henkins another right. At the time, the Jays were the youngest team to win the series. I think they still hold the record, the youngest to win back-to-back. Wouldn't surprise me. Mulholland's going to be playing. I'm going to jiggle the lineup a bit. I think. What do I want to do? Yeah, we're going to leave it the way it is.
Play ball.
Let's try it again. I do like the added touch that they do put the end of the national anthem in, and it's correct to who the home team is. Dykstra can't beat that out. Brings up Morandini, who ropes it down the right field line for what I think is going to be a double. Yep.
Save. Here I.
Okay.
Save. Foul.
Let's go.
He's out. Oh, come on!
Crap. All right.
He's out.
Well, that was not the productive first inning I wanted. That's just barely foul. Henderson gets on.
Save.
Keep him honest.
He's out. Save.
Ah, not quite.
He's out. Save.
But a couple weak. Yeah, and then Dalton's going to down to pop out to the plate. No harm, no foul. Hollins hits it to the wall and is in with a double.
Save.
First and third for the Phillies with nobody out. Ah! Now bases loaded, but nobody out. There we go. Get a couple runs out of the deal.
Ow.
Nope, I just...
He's out.
Ah! Oh well. I feel like my high school's baseball team, we run ourselves out of a lot of innings. Oh, I thought I had it beat out. Oh well. Well, 2-0. We'll start with that. Now we just can't give it back. All right, Molitor up. Who, if I recall, was the MVP of the series, but I might be wrong on that.
Come on.
Not quite there.
He's out.
Nope. Not on my watch.
Save.
What a throw. Yeah. Pat Borders up.
Oh. Here I. Here I. He's out.
Fouls it off. Right there.
He's out.
From 49 to 94. All right, let's go.
Here I.
Hits it down the line. The speed was wild from that pitcher. Yeah, I know.
Save. Here I. Save. Here I.
All right, concentrate. And we've got first and third.
Save. He's out. Save.
It's okay. It's all right. First and third, one out.
Here I. Save. Save.
Make it second and third with one out.
Come on. Ow. Save.
Got the run. We're taking an ad break after this half inning.
He's out.
So I'll see you in 60 seconds. All right, we're back. This portion of the broadcast sponsored by Ballantine. Make a ring, and now another ring, and another ring, and then you've got 3 rings. Ballantine, and now it's premium. It's a very special glass of beer. Yes, I am singing old jingles. I don't care. Well, that was lucky. Okay. Up 3-0. Bottom of the third. Runners on first and second now for Joe Carter. Who hits into the double play? All right, Eisenreich up.
Ow.
Next, Milt Thompson. Beat it out. No, didn't beat it out. All right, Kevin Stocker up. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Jays. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Olerud singles to right. That was stupid. That was stupid. Okay. Time to make sure that... Get the out. You're going to bunt like that, that's fine. That's going to be foul. I'm not going to let you get a bunt off. That's going to be foul. But he gave that a ride.
Oh, come on!
There are other animations for strikeouts, believe it or not. How that's only 1 run, but I'll take it. All right. Okay. Let's go. You know, it's funny. Baseball's the only sport I can think of. You fail 7 times out of 10, and you're still considered very good. If you think about it. Or a team that fails 62 times in the course of a season is considered very, very good. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th. That's going to stay in the park. That's going to stay in the park. Top of the 6th, still 3-1 Phillies. Well, now you're making me sad. Well, remember, it's only 1 game. right. Incavilia drives it right to Carter. John Olerud up in the bottom of the 6th. And he ropes a base hit to left. But we get the double play. All right. Eisenreich up at the top of the 7th inning. I mean, the record for a single season batting is 424. Completion was seen as bad. Maybe not, Santa. Maybe not necessarily. Basketball, a 42% shooting percentage is not terrible. Stocker gets on. And Dykstra can't find the hole. And we go to the 7th inning. Middle of the 7th inning. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we ever get back. Let us root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right.
Oh, come on!
Like I said, it's not like it's Angel Hernandez back there. Remember he went out and did meet and greets at school in the Toronto area both years. I can appreciate that. I can remember who came to mind. We got this. Managed to rope it to the wall. Yeah, I'm not getting any further than that. 2-out double for Darren Dalton. Yeah, I don't want him stealing. To the bottom of the 8th. I'm going to let Mulholland pitch the 8th. There's Carter. Henkin's still out there. I promise they do substitute. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth. Do I want to keep Mulholland out there? Let me see something. No, not bullpen. That's not what I want. Lineup is what I want to see. Okay. Olerud. Left, right, right, right. Okay. So we're going to let Mulholland pitch to Olerud. We're going to let him pitch to Olerud. And now we're going to make the move. Bring Mitch Williams in. Who promptly gives up a double. This is why he gave my mother agita. But he gets the save today. Series tied at 1 game apiece. And now the series shifts back to Philadelphia. Trying to remember. Bullpen, show me. Yeah, they only have like one lefty in the bullpen. Doing a series. Let's go. And we head back to Philly for Game 3. We are going to change the lineup up a little bit. So Incaviglia's out of the lineup now because he's the DH. Do I want to keep it that way? No. I want to keep him in the lineup. And we'll put Thompson down. There we go. Now note, NL team at home, pitcher bats. Now in this game, unfortunately, it forces you to bat the pitcher ninth all the time. So you can't do the fun little double switches that, like, that's what I liked about, and like, I love to do the double switch, that kind of thing. But you can't do it in this game.
Play ball.
All right. Top of the first, Ricky Henderson to lead off. Hits it right to Pete Incaviglia. So you're more of a fan of La Russa style coaching. Fair enough. Although I'm not the kind of person who would bat the pitcher like 8th or 7th in the starting lineup. I still bat him 9th, but I definitely double switch around the... And it's funny because like the concept of the double switch really got popularized in Philly. That was a Gene Mauch invention, basically, where he's the one who was first known for it. Probably one of the best managers out there that never won a pennant. I mean, famously, he was the manager of the '64 team that blew a 4.5 game lead with 10 days to play in the season because he kept throwing bunting and short when he shouldn't have. He was also the manager of the Angels in '86, who blew a 3-1 lead. I like seeing the pitcher at eighth, and you got a speedster and ninth. The leadoff hitter has a better chance to hit with someone on. Fair enough. Of course, now I'm getting used to the fact that they're putting home run hitters in the leadoff position. See us with Schwarber. Or because of where I'm from, I can remember when Mike Trout was in high school, he would bat leadoff because he would hit home runs, he would steal bases. He was also a pretty good pitcher, and that led into an interesting scenario. He played for Millville High, who we played back in the day. Actually, we play now. We didn't play back when I was in school. And they were playing in a tournament called the Diamond Classic. They were playing a school called Cherokee. Now, the Diamond Classic had special rules. For one, just keep in mind, in high school, you are permitted to courtesy run for the pitcher and the catcher. You could put someone that's on your bench to run for them, but only the pitcher and the catcher. Okay? And you can't use the same guy for both pitcher and catcher, if that makes any sense. So, Trout was pitching that day against Cherokee. And the rules at the time said in the tournament that courtesy running was mandatory. So what they would do was they would intentionally walk Trout, even with the bases empty, because him being fast and being able to steal bases and whatnot. And then they would force Millville to courtesy run for him. Basically, they said, look, you want him to hit, you're not going to have him pitch. And Cherokee won that game, and the next year they changed the rules and made courtesy running optional until there were 2 outs. All right. First and third, 1 out. Hits it right past me, and that's a 1-0 lead for the Blue Jays. As it is, I've got my... Thought I could get him. All right. We got 1. Gave up a run, though. Oh, well. I'm not having a good fielding game right now, and it's 3-0 already. You're hitting it where it ain't. That's okay. Okay, we can do this. That'll be the inning. And it's 3, but we'll live with it. See, I remember how this series went. We split in Toronto. We lost games 3 and game 4. Game 4, we lost 15-14, and I think that might still be the highest scoring World Series game ever. Schilling pitched a masterpiece in Game 5 to send it back to Toronto. And we were leading in Toronto going into the 9th inning when Joe Carter hit a home run to win the game and the series. I got to take an ad break. I'll see you in 60 seconds. Alright, we're back. This portion sponsored by Winston. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Alright, let's do this. Stewart up to bat. Top of the fourth. And yes, I know that by the time of this game, that cigarettes were not allowed to be advertised on television. That stopped in 1982, I think? Henderson has himself a triple. So, Philly actually doesn't have their own ballpark in this. There's a generic ballpark because their real distances right. Up by 6, but there's still time in this game. There's still time in this game. Okay. We got time. All right. It is Tommy Green's coming out, though. Tommy Green don't have it. There we go. Incaviglia up. Gave it a ride, just wasn't straight. Get down, get down, get down. No. Nope, didn't get down. All right. We're going to put, yeah, I know those numbers are ugly, but we're going to put Ben Rivera in. There's no way he's not going to start otherwise. So we'll get something at. We'll eat some innings. Well, we'll get the out at least. He had to freeze. Stewart up. Can't let the pitcher be. Not at the plate. And I'm probably going to let Rivera bat, depending on how things. Hello, Tila B. How you doing today? Welcome in for the first time. Foul ball. Very well, thanks for having me. I thought that would have snuck through. Yeah, we're just going to let Rivera bat. I want to get another inning out of him.
Here I. Save.
All right, let's see.
He's out. Save. Foul.
Hits it right down the line. That was stupid. And we're down 7.
He's out.
Ah, can't get the out. All right.
He's out.
Now, it gives a spot for errors, but I've never seen an error committed, or I don't remember an error being committed. Let's get some runs, huh? That'll do it. Make it a 7-2 ball game. Although I'm one of those weird guys who tends to think home runs tend to kill rallies, because you got to start back from, like, as opposed to like singles and doubles and whatnot, because you keep having men on base. But that's me. Holland's up.
He's out.
Now we got, well, he didn't get them both. So the inning continues, and Incavilia's up. That's over his head. I should have been running. Bring up Eisenreich.
Save.
Oh, don't even try it. Ah! Okay. All right. We got 2 back. We got 2 back. That's not terrible.
Here I. Here I. He's out.
All right, we got 1 out. Stewart up. He bunts him over to second. That's fine. All right. Now it's just getting 1 more out. There we go. Got the out. We go to the 7th. Fall in. Now we're going to hit for Rivera. We need a good hitter. We're going to put Duncan in. We're going to let Duncan hit.
He's out.
Who promptly hits into a double play. Great.
Foul. He's out.
All right. See, it lists Duncan as the pitcher, which is not correct, and it forces you to make a pitching change. We're gonna put Davis in. We haven't seen him yet.
Lieutenant_Mao has joined us from Bullet Fan.
Hello, Lieutenant Mao. I'm trying to figure out where the F
Lieutenant
is in
_Mao
Lieutenant
just
that
ordered
it
a
pronounced
pizza.
it that way. Hey, I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a good day today. This game notwithstanding. Good classic games. Yep. I am out stove browsing. Having a great day watching this. Fair enough. Right, it's taking me back to my childhood. I feel like I'm in the second grade again. Yeah, what grade was I in when this came out? I forget. This would have been 93. I would have been in 6th grade. I was 3. Oh. Alright. Done with Davis. We'll throw Larry Anderson. We started playing pretty young. As soon as we could hold the Genesis and Nintendo controllers. Yeah, I got you beat on those. I got you beat on those. My family had an Intellivision, which was made by Mattel. And it had controllers that were hardwired into the system. And they looked kind of like a telephone. In that it had a keypad on it and then a disc on the bottom. This would be an infield fly if it was a fair ball. Nope, I don't have... I didn't have an Atari. I think it was 7200. I thought it was 7800, but that's me. All right. Yeah, Stewart's starting to get tired. Hit it down the line. Second and third. Nobody out. Get the run. Get the run. Well, we ain't letting Larry Anderson hit, that's for sure. Let's put former football player Ricky Jordan in there. crap. Hammered 8-3. We trailed 2-1. All right. Game 4. They're going to let me have Schilling, but I'm not going to throw Schilling. I'm throwing Danny Jackson, and we're moving things around this way. We're going to give Schilling an extra day off. This is giving me nostalgia. Yep. Let's see. I still want Incaviglia in the lineup. And we continue. We're going to face Guzman again, but Danny Jackson gets the start.
Here I.
Need a big game from Jackson. Yes, we do. Keep it to be a single, though. Bobby Alomar up.
Here I. He's out.
Turn the double play. Ah. That's going to go foul, but it's out. It's an out anyways. All right, that's okay. Joe Carter up. Now Olerud. So yeah, the reason the Phillies don't have their own ballpark in this is cartridge limitations, and the fact that there were so many what are now referred to as cookie cutter stadiums, the multi-purpose ones that like the Pirates, the Mets, the Cardinals. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid. The Mets, the Cardinals, all played in. So they kind of cheated. They made two sets of walls, green and blue, and they made a thing for turf and they made a thing for grass and worked it that way. But the Phillies are the only turf team with green walls that use that. Come on, go, go, go. And that I know, that, like I said, because the dimension is wrong. The vet was 371 to the power, Alex. Get back. Ah. Crap. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Guzman hits. There we go. And White. And we're tied at nothing. Going to the bottom of the third. But we need to take an ad break, so we will take that real quick. See you in 60 seconds. And we're back. This portion sponsored by Federal Express, when it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight. Eisenreich hits it. Is it going to go out of play? Nope, it's going to go right behind the plate. Borders has it. Stocker gets on. And we'll bunt him over. See if we can't get him over. Get him in. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. I figured he was going to throw to second. He threw to first. All right. That's okay. That's okay. We can still do this. We can still do this. Ah. It's okay. That's okay. One more out. And we're out of the inning. Just get the out. All right. Yeah. John Kruk up. Fouled it off long. Okay. 2 outs for Hollins. To the top of the 5th. Oh, by the way, you may have noticed, because we're on turf, things you don't see anymore. Sliding pits at the bases. Because even on the turf fields that exist now in Major League Baseball, they have a full dirt infield. Missed it. Okay, that's all right. Let's not. There we go. To the bottom of the 5th. Incaviglia's hitting well this series. Not there, he isn't. Let's go. Kevin Stocker up. I want him to get on. He's not going to get on. Because now I'm going to have to lead off with the pitcher in the 6th. And I'm not pulling. I'm not thinking of pulling Danny Jackson at this point. He's pitching well. That just fell in. We got the lead runner. We'll take that. And Olerud up. That's going to sneak on through. Okay. I got that. I got that. Let's go. All right, we need some runs here. And it wasn't going to come from Jackson. We knew that. Ah. And yeah, we're all right. Top of the 7th. Pitchers duel so far. Yep. Pat Borders is out. There goes Fernandez. Favorite type of ball. I appreciate pitcher's duels too. Some people don't. And yep, Guzman is out. Who's he batting? Paul Molitor. All right. So this is playing out a lot differently than the original Game 4. Because the original Game 4 was the 15-14 game. Ah! They did a good job recreating Sky. Yeah, I suppose they did. They did well for the ones they cared about. They did well for the ones they cared about. Like Fenway, they did a very good job at. Always the best, on the edge of your seat, anything could happen. Anyone could be the hero. Yep. That's going to be a foul ball. Tempting fate here. Crap. And that is a 3-run inning. That is 3. Ugh. Okay. So he can't start Molitor, so who's coming in? Who's coming in? Castillo. The lefty. Ran into the wall. Yeah, sometimes I have moments. There we go, Dalton. Get to second. 1 out double. Oh, we got him over to third. Wait a minute. Why would I pull a righty out when he's got a lefty? Hello! Back into this. We're bringing in Wes Chamberlain to hit. he'll continue in the outfield when we get back to it. Yeah, Borders has too much of an arm to steal on him. Straight up. Ah! Okay, that's okay. Okay. Bullpen. We're putting Don Paul in. Jackson didn't do bad. They make sure the lineup does what it should have done. Yep. Put Chamberlain in right. That's good. It's going to be the only inning Paul pitches because the pitcher spot comes up in the inning. Ah! Well, if anything, I think that's the last I'm going to see Castillo. Yep, because he's going to hit for him. He's going to bring Coles in. So the voice you hear there is veteran umpire Steve Palermo. So let's see, who's he going to bring in? He's going to bring in a righty, we know that. He's going to bring in Cox. And I have a lefty bat in Milt Thompson. Nope. It's okay. Put Dykstra in. Lenny Dykstra lets it drop in. Cool. So the plan is if I'm losing, I'm probably going to pitch Larry Anderson. Which I am. I'm going to put Larry Anderson in. So Larry Anderson's also part of he does home broadcasts for the Phillies now. A lot of players from that 93 team still involved with the franchise. Joe Carter. Incaviglia makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Down 3-2. We can do this. Ugh. All right. Nope. Incaviglia up. SNES royalty right here. Hello, Howie. How you doing today? Beaten by Blue Jays, and now I am down 3-1. And we go to game 5. Schilling is pitching. Okay, we are. Yeah, we're gonna put Milt Thompson back in the lineup.
Play ball.
See if we can't send this series back to Toronto. We can do this. I think at the time this and Bad News Baseball were some of the best baseball games around. Ah, almost had the double play there. I'm not arguing that. I never really played Bad News Baseball. My baseball game of choice on the NES was actually Base Wars, because that's what I had. Base Wars was the one with robots, yes. I played that once. The guy who had it did not want to let me borrow it. Yeah, well, I get it. Need to lighten up on my swings a bit. Ow. All right. Remember borrowing games from your buddies? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We borrowed from our next door neighbor all the time. That was stupid. That's going to cost me a run. Let it go right past me. Thought I could get the guy at home, but no. Should have taken the out. This series is looking like it's... He's out. There we go. I used to borrow the Sega Master System from the guys who lived down the hall from me. I used to play Alex the Kid a lot from that. Never played the Master System. Only 2. Yeah, only 2. Of course, 3 is the most I've scored in a game this set, so we'll see what happens. Concentrate. There we go. Get a base hit to center. Brings up Milt Thompson. Who promptly grounds to third. All right. We need to not give up stupid runs. The original Shinobi and Michael Jackson Moonwalker were originally on the Master System before it was moved to Genesis. The Yakuza franchise puts a lot of... Hold on. There we go. The Yakuza franchise puts a lot of fully emulated Sega games into their world as mini-games, and it's awesome. I can appreciate that. All right, shilling up. We're taking an ad break after this inning, by the way. So I'll see you in 60 seconds. All right, we're back. This portion sponsored by Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. Pat Borders up. That'll do. Another one. Keeping Dalton busy. I'm like, it's like, to heck with this epic crime thriller, I'm going to just play Outrun. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Really, I can. All right. To the bottom of the fourth. Get some runs back. There we go. Get a base runner. And another. Get to third. I don't think I'm going to be able to get home from it. But second and third with 2 outs for Jim Eisenreich. Nope. Nope, nothing there.
Oh, come on!
It's okay. That's okay. We can live with that.
Save. Oh.
I can get to that. I can get to that. I can get to that.
He's out. Save. Foul.
All right. Not getting to that, but that's okay.
Here I.
And that'll end the inning.
He's out.
Picked up some Popeyes. Hey, I can appreciate what you get at Popeyes. I actually like Popeyes quite a bit. Hopefully it doesn't mess with your stomach. Now we've got a double. We'll bunt him over.
Ow.
See if Dykstra can't get him in.
He's out.
No, he can't.
Oh. Here I. Here I. He's out.
There's the third animation. I was hoping I'd see that. Okay, a double. Almost. That's okay. Henkin up.
He's out.
2 outs for Ricky Henderson.
Here I.
And they're going to get 2 out of it. Oh, well.
Here I. He's out.
Need some runs quick. Morandini gets on.
He's out.
And then, of course, he ranges over. Mwah.
He's out.
Yeah, Schilling's got to come out. Put Davis in.
Foul.
So it knows the actual number of his ERA. It only displays up to 9.99. I know it's not that. I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
He's out.
You did not miss. You did not miss, Santa. We're going to do it at this inning. Yeah, I don't know that I'm coming back.
Foul.
I used to be good at this too. It's just been so long since I've played. I think that I am that rusty. And it doesn't help that the Jays are your World Series champs from that year, and the Phillies aren't the best team from the National League in the game. That's probably the Giants or the Braves, who had an epic pennant race that year. And we put Thompson. All right. And that is, we are through 7. I'm going to pause real quick and deal with what needs to be dealt with. Because in certain places, they have traditions not only at the 7th inning stretch, but after the 7th inning. And they sing songs like, "Here comes the king, here comes the big number 1. Budweiser beer, the king is second to none. Just say Budweiser, you've said it all. Here comes the king of beer, so lift your glass, let's hear the call. Budweiser beer's the one that's leading the rest. And Beechwood aging makes it beer at its best. One taste will tell you, so loud and clear. There's only one Budweiser beer, there's only one Budweiser beer. When you say Bud, there's nothing left you can say. When you say Bud, the king is right on his way. The king is coming, let's hear the call. When you say Bud, you've said it all. When you say Bud, you've said it all. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And why can't I make those jumps? All right. Why do we have a... I don't know what the 3 stars are supposed to be. If that was a link, I can't see it, so... See, who hasn't gotten to bat yet? Let's put Kim Batiste in. One of our traditions. You want to spell it out what it is? Just because that might be easier that way, because I don't have the link set up for that. What song is it? I mean, I know it's not Sweet Caroline, that's the Red Sox. I know it's not Deep in the Heart of Texas, that's the Astros. It's a song about the Jays, fair enough. Of course, in this game, the Busch Stadium they had, Santa, was that concrete donut that used to host both the St. Louis baseball Cardinals, but the, at the time, St. Louis football Cardinals. And I could be wrong, but I think they did host the St. Louis Rams at one point. Get back, get back, get back, get back. I didn't think they were going to catch that. Yep, with all the arches around top, I did like that stadium. Bush 3 has markings where the old foul lines and outfield wall were. Season ends after losing World Series to Blue Jays. Fair enough. Sorry, you lost. All right. So we're going to at least show the credits because we can do that. So let's see. The code for the credits is BADBUBBA. So we can show the credits to show the people who made this great game. History refused to change, yeah. It was a fun game, though. I mean, just gotta show you, I don't win all the time. Really, I don't. I'm good at some games. I'm okay at some. I try to play games I'm good at. This one, I wish I was better, but meh, is what is. Hopefully this isn't an omen for the... Here Comes the King and a Royals spoof called You Will Never Be Cardinals are my two favorite team-related songs. I can appreciate that. Although, here's the difference between Santa and I. My least favorite umpire from all time, from back in the day, is Joe West. If I had to take a guess, Santa's least favorite is Don Denkinger. Although he might not be old enough for that, I'm not sure. Angel Hernandez. Yeah, but I said back in the day, Angel Hernandez wasn't around back then. I mean, there's a reason that I give out Valentines that have pictures of Angel Hernandez on them, and they say love is blind. Well, so am I. Alright, now that that's taken care of, this is going to be the end of our stream. First things first, thank you for coming out today, whether you're here for a little bit or a lot. I'm glad to have you here. If you like what you saw, please feel free to subscribe or follow. You'll be glad you did. I do stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 10:30 in the morning Eastern. Note that I'm not going to be streaming next Tuesday, the 2nd of April. I've got prior commitments, and I can't manage to fit. I can't fit the stream in. I've got a baseball game to work at noon, and a lacrosse game at 4:45, and I have a doctor's appointment at 8:15 in the morning. So yeah, my day is completely booked. I may make that up by streaming on Easter because I know I'm going to be off that day. We'll let you know. I'll try to get the word out if I end up streaming on Easter. We'll see how that goes. So Thursday we're going to continue RoboTrek, nice RPG from 1994. We got kind of stuck last week. We're going to be better at it this time because I think I know what I'm doing now. Now to find someone to raid. Who am I gonna raid? Raid. I'm gonna raid Carmen Ashley Wiki, who is playing Fortnite. Assuming it'll let me do that. Yes, it will. Please show her the same love that you showed me. I appreciate it. And until I see you next time, have a good day, and we'll see you Thursday.